Will the heroes of the League be able to repel attacks on multiple fronts, or will history end up repeating itself? Let's find out together, shall we, as we hop into the pages of Justice League Last Ride, issue number 5. So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, Brainiac, having taken over the body of Cyborg, Superman, and leading an entire armada's worth of manhunters, was ready to assault the superheroes and claim their star prisoner Lobo. Obviously, Superman and the others can't allow this to happen, and as such, they end up doing everything they can to repel the attack. We actually get to see Clark and Wally do a cool move I've never seen before. Basically, Superman punches the ground really hard and the Flash turns all of that dirt into one giant smoke screen. Of course, it's going to take a lot more than mud in the eyes to stop Brainiac and his robot armada, especially when they're not the only threat right now. There's a small detachment of nameless bounty hunters looking to make a name for themselves, as well as the threat being posed by Mongol and his space invaders up in the atmosphere. What's interesting about this is Mongol eventually lets it slip that he's not here for Lobo at all. He had merely assumed when people returned to planet Apokolips it must be because there were still some resources yet to steal, and because he is a wannabe emperor, he wants to grab everything he can take. Now, while all of that is going on, Batman and Green Lantern are desperately trying to get the planet's defense systems back online. They hope if they can open up some boom tubes, they can send their enemies far away. It's while pushing all the buttons they possibly can, the heroes end up accidentally opening a room they were probably never meant to see, a cloning facility that is positively chock full of Darkseids, implying that the evil leader of Apokolips might very well not be as dead as they all hoped. But how did he die originally? Well, for that we're treated to yet another flashback. When Superman had heard about Martian Manhunter's death, he left the battle on Oa behind and made trails back to Apokolips. This means Green Lantern was left to fight Darkseid all on his own that fateful day. An uphill battle to say the least. Superman also at first blamed Batman for Martian Manhunter's death, even though we now know it was really more of a heroic sacrifice than anything else. Still, Clark felt it was wrong for Bruce to put their friend in that situation where he had to choose between his life and the life of everyone else. Batman and Superman probably would have gone a couple rounds and tore a few chunks out of each other were it not for Wonder Woman coming to remind them that they're not enemies, they're friends, and that the real battle still isn't over yet. However, sadly, we all know Diana's words, no matter how inspiring, ultimately wouldn't be able to keep the team together past this fight. Also, with the Guardians more or less in ruin and no Superman to help him out, there was nothing to stop Darkseid from making a play for the main Green Lantern power battery. He attempted to absorb all the energy into himself, only to in the end cause a massive planet-destroying explosion that engulfs both him and Hal. Of course, Hal lived, as we know from seeing the story in the future, but there's no telling how he was changed by all of this. And believe it or not, it's on that note right there the comic comes to an end, everybody. And so that was Justice League Last Ride, issue number 5, everybody. And while I did enjoy it, I couldn't help but feel that this issue was weaker than the ones that preceded it. The fights were pretty cool, but mostly they're over really quick and only exist to remind us of stuff we should probably already know by this point, and that is, hey, someone in the superheroes camp isn't telling the truth, and that someone tipped the bad guys off about where Lobo was. Again, I've said it in the last several issues, but I'll say it again, my money is on Green Lantern somehow breaking bad because of all of this, especially seeing that he was left behind to see his own power battery literally blow up in his face because of Superman leaving. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one a 7 out of 10. It lacks the mood of the first couple issues, and it also doesn't move the story as forward as I was hoping it to this late in the game.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.